Okay, we're back. I really should have done this first. Let me grab a drink. Okay. The moment I step inside, a familiar voice echoes in my mind.
Hi. Senpai! Can you hear me? Please answer me!
No, nobody's home. Go away, skank.
That voice. Is that you, Rise? The real one?
Her voice isn't coming from the PA system. I'm actually hearing it in my head. This has to be the work of Rise's persona.
Thank goodness. I've been all alone since that weird fake Teddy captured me. And then you were all fighting each other.
By the way, this is going to be totally an epic part of the LP, so yeah. I can hear the relief in her voice. She sounds so different from the insensitive and rude voice that had been coming from the PA system. Now she's just merely annoying. This is indeed the Rise I know.
Where are you now, Rise? Can you locate where I am?
I'm sorry, I don't think there's time. I'm stuck in the announcement room.
Oh, gee, I never would have guessed.
Please, Senpai, you have to hurry. If you don't, he'll...
Oh, no.
Rise! What's wrong, Rise?
Oh, it's like Right Bear came back. There's no answer. The communication has been shut off. Or cut off. Has something happened in the announcement room? My heart begins racing. The enemy made us fight each other as participants in this tournament, but they had captured Rise as well. It's clear to me that they must have been worried about her using her persona's powers to tell us the truth, but that's not important right now. If she was just captured to prevent her from contacting us, then the enemy must think of Rise as being less valuable than those who had to fight. She sounded okay, but who knows what might happen to her now. I have to hurry.
Pardon me for interrupting while you are lost in thought.
A hand brushes my shoulder. In surprise, I jump away and draw my sword. I can't believe that I let myself get so lost in thought that I didn't notice someone until they touched me. This is the second time I've let myself get so distracted. I've gotten used to having my friends with me while we investigated last year. I can't pay attention to the whole entire world on my own. I need to brace myself. I look up and see another unfamiliar face. A girl with blonde hair and striking blue eyes. And for some reason turned her ribbon into a tie, but whatever. Wait, a girl? Her face and voice seem human-like, but the rest of her... There's metal everywhere, all over her body. For a moment, I wonder if this is just an elaborate costume. But I can see the interior framework of her body where her joints connect.
I didn't mean to startle you.
You're,
Gorgeous!
It's nice to meet you. My name is Aegis. And no, I am not human.
Okay, thank you for answering that.
You are the one from the introduction video, listed as the Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel, Narukami-san. Correct?
Yes, ma'am. The question catches me off guard. I wasn't expecting a complete stranger to call me that. And did she say she wasn't human? Well, when Yosuke called me by that stupid title, I knew it was a joke. But when a stranger says it, it sounds like they truly believe it. Ha! This is a pain.
Nanako is important to me, but calling it a complex is stretching things.
Is it, though? Come on, let's be real here. You totally have a sister complex. No, wait a second. I was trying to play it off, but I ended up blurting out Nanako's name anyway. Calm down. I need to take this conversation away from this subject. I guess has that effect on it. I mean, this mysterious girl that I don't know who she is. I cleared my throat and tried to start over.
Aegis-san, was it?
Oh.
Why are you here?
Oh, did she say her name? Oh, never mind.
Our primary objective is the destruction of shadows, but we have come to this world on a different mission.
The destruction of shadows.
Wait, other Persona users? Derp? She fights shadows, but how can she do that if...
And does that mean...
Yes, I have a persona as well. Though my body is a machine, personas are the strength of the heart after all.
And she's Minato powered. Yeah! Just as I thought. I'm surprised to find another Persona user outside of my group of friends. And a robot on top of that. An android, sir. I can't come to grips with all this. Androids have an AI, at least. Robots are just, well, they follow a set programming. Yeah. From the way we were talking, she seems just like a normal person, only in an interesting suit. True, I've seen stories on the news about robots looking uncannily like humans, but isn't something that goes far beyond those? Still, I can't help but believe the evidence on my own eyes. I mean, I've been hopping in and out of TVs for the past year. Who am I to say what's strange or not? For real. Perhaps the technology behind her creation has supernatural roots of its own. I find myself growing more and more interested in how she came to be here, but I have to put that aside for now. There's something I need to find out from her first. This P1 Grand Prix, it's so similar to the events of last year, but to think that it would involve someone like her, I don't have a clear picture of everything that's happening, that's for sure. I calm myself and ask her what I feel would tell me what she's doing in this world.
And what is this mission of yours?
She opens her mouth to respond, but just then... God damn it! Fuck you, Daddy. The monitor inside the classroom turns on. It's at that moment that I suddenly remember. It's like I'm gonna have to fight here. I'd forgotten about sensing that when I entered the room.
Aha! So that's where you got to, Sensei. I've been looking all over for you.
Fuck you, Bear.
Ooh, who's the honey? Were you in the middle of trying to score with her?
Yes?
As if you didn't know. You're the one who lured us both here.
Oh my, did you figure it out? I didn't have a choice after those guys decided on their own to horn in on the fun. You're a bright boy, Sensei.
Wait, what?
You know what's coming next, don't you?
Fuck you, Bear. I'm not gonna enjoy this. The general on the monitor gives me a twisted smile. Could Aiga-san's mission be something that would cause him trouble? I can't figure out what his motives are, but he's using us to crush each other. In other words, she's the next challenger that's being set against me. Aiga-san seems to understand this as well, and is staring at the monitor with a quiet animosity.
Sorry about this. Do you know the rule of this tournament?
Only the victor of each match may move on. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
I have nothing against you, but I'm in a hurry for my own reasons.
Neither of us, in other words, can back down. Then there should be no hard feelings.
Aiga-san is refreshingly straightforward about this. She immediately takes a fighting stance. A bitter thought then comes to me. It's tough being forced to fight my friends, but for some reason, having to hurt someone I don't know is tougher. Another thought comes on the heels of that one. I don't know this girl. Perhaps her appearance here means that there are urgent problems that an ordinary student like me can't fathom. What gives me the right to stop her on her mission? Shouldn't I know what's at stake before I take that from her? Thankfully, it seems that she hasn't gone mad like my other friends. Perhaps the enemy doesn't care about clouding the minds of people who don't know each other. If we're still capable of us understanding each other, then we should talk this over before we do anything.
That will not do. We will speak more of this after one of us wins.
Okay. Aiga-san says this so quickly, as if she's reading my mind. For a moment, I'm struck by how she could have known what I was thinking, but I realize that she's right. What good would it do for us to talk things over? True, the loser cannot leave this room, but until we have a battle, neither one of us is going anywhere. It doesn't really matter if we can come to an understanding or not. Until we have our fight, none of our goals are going to be accomplished. If that's the case, then it's better if we don't hear about each other's problems before we fight. Yeah, that's actually a pretty decent point. That could be why Aiga-san hasn't told me anything. This must be her version of kindness. She is a pretty nice girl. I silently ready my sword. Aiga-san appears to smile slightly when I do. Right. I'm not going to give up on what I'm fighting for either. I need Nanako and my friends to be safe. And I have to make sure that Miss President is okay. I will use everything I can to protect them. To thank her for her consideration, I make it a point to announce that I'm ready to start the fight.
And here goes. There's no need to hold back.
Indeed. Let us do battle.
This would be an excellent fight, but at the risk of sounding biased, because I do enjoy 3 more, and Aigus is super cool. Come on, Aigus would win this fight. Without the persona, he's no match for her. With the personas, not only does she have her own personas, but she's fucking Minato powered. Come on, she's not losing. There's no. I'm sorry. There's no way Narukami wins. And feel free to argue with me if you want, but Aigus would win. But we have to win. So, yeah, that's the way it goes. Okay, let's see how this fight goes. Shouldn't be too bad. Oh boy, and we get to hear her music. Oh shit! Nope. Oh, damn. Ah! I fell right into that.
Light damage. Severe impact. No, Athena.
Oh, god damn it. No shit. Whoa, wait. No. Oh, okay. Now he does. He dashes. I must have pressed it on. Whoa, hey.
My other self. Fire.
Oh, shit. She broke my persona.
Nice
Severe
try.
impact.
Nice try. Nice
Severe
try.
impact. Light damage.
Nice try.
Severe impact. Light damage. Evaded.
God, shit. That was actually a pretty good fight. Granted, I'm not very good, but still. Good fight, Igus. Thank you for that. Yay. Not long to our next fight, actually. God damn it.
Wowza! Now that's the sensei I know. That hunk of junk was no match for you.
Fuck you, bear.
Serves you right. Keep suffering. Friend against friend, beating the heck out of each other.
A machine with the power of a persona. She was made to fight shadows, but I had no idea what she was capable of. I feel like my mind's been drained, even more than my body. It angers me to see that the general is watching over us with an expression of joy, as if we were some performers for his amusement. Yeah. I look up and glare at the monitor.
I don't know why you're making us fight, but it's pointless. We aren't fighting because we hate each other. The reason we can fight is because we respect and trust each other.
A low growl. That's the only sound I hear. The real Teddy's never made such a hateful sound. It's actually rather scary.
Stupid! You're such a dumbass! What's with you?
Hey, Shadow Eyes, how you doing? The image on the monitor distorts along with that outburst. The general is having trouble remembering to act as someone else, and his face bulges and ripples disturbingly as his hate pours through the screen. Any pretense at copying the adorable stupidity of the real Teddy is gone now. Adorable stupidity. I noticed that the voice spitting out these hateful words is not Teddy's either.
Respect? Trust? So what if you don't hate each other? You're not like me! I was forced to fight against my will! I destroyed them with my own hands!
Oh boy.
You should all have to go through the hell I've suffered! See how it feels to destroy everyone you call a friend! If I knew this was gonna happen, I would have made the rules so you had to kill your opponent to move on!
Fuck you. The general on the monitor continues to read.
What are you talking about? Why did you set this tournament up?
The moment I say that, I feel that all the dots have become connected. The Miss President asked out of the blue if we were going to be forced to kill each other. The ominous muttering of killing one another. Were these both something that had come directly from her past? Maybe she had been forced to fight against people she didn't want to fight. Had she been forced to destroy something that was precious to her? There's no way to know for sure, but it's possible. Considering this, it kind of explains why her shadow would have created a tournament like this. That is, she wanted us to feel what she went through. I might not be entirely correct, but I feel like I'm close to the truth. Should I just ask General Teddy about my suspicions? But as I'm considering raising my voice... Whoa, jeez!
Pardon my eccentric entrance.
I love eccentric entrances.
What?
Someone comes crashing through the ceiling. What in the world? I rush over to Igus to protect her from the falling debris. What a hero. Oh neat, I didn't realize I played this song at this part. When I look up, I see a young woman emerge from the cloud of dust. While not as strange as Igus, she seems a little uncommon as well. But even beside that, why did she have to come through the ceiling? This room has doors! It makes no sense at all. Well, yeah. I had been about to get to the heart of the matter with General Teddy, but the monitor in this room has been destroyed, along with the ceiling. Though she seems oblivious to my confusion, the girl cocks her head and apologizes again.
Oh, please excuse me. I didn't have the faintest idea that someone would be here.
Faintest?
Faint? Fiend? Something along those lines at any rate.
What the hell is she talking about? Who in the world is this person? Wait a second. That blue suit she's wearing, it looks familiar. And with that silver hair and golden eyes.
Are you
Could it
from
be?
the Velvet Room?
My, is this what's known as being hit on?
Love Elizabeth.
A forbidden ritual where one human approaches another based solely on appearance and bets on the inner self being equally attractive.
Wow, she nailed it.
What? No, I'm not hitting on you.
I am.
Just remind me of someone I know.
Okay, so this actually sounded like I really was hitting on her. No, I need to stop thinking about that. In any case, I need to ask her
Do
something.
you happen to know anyone by the name of Margaret?
Margaret.
Oh. When she repeats the name, her face seems surprisingly youthful. I'd been taken aback by her bizarre speech and actions, but could this girl be younger than me? Her profile simultaneously evokes the images of a pondering philosopher and an innocent girl. I can't figure out how exactly to speak to her. Should I be more polite? I guess that doesn't matter too much. Anyway, worrying about the niceties isn't the most important thing right now.
Oh, actually, we should introduce ourselves first. I'm Yu Narukami.
No, I'm Soji Seta. How's it going?
Ah, that had slipped my mind also. My name is Elizabeth.
Yeah!
Dear me, to hear that name fraught with memories in such a mundane, remote place.
She thinks of this world as a mundane place? That's confusing. You'll see why it seems mundane to her in her story. Because that's the third story we're going to do. Yasuo Inaba may be out in the countryside, but I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. The girl, Elizabeth, suddenly bows elegant to me.
Margaret is
Or
indeed
elegantly
my
to me.
sister's name. Can I take that to mean that you are another guest of that room?
I see. So she's Margaret's sister. That would explain why she reminds me of her.
Elizabeth-san, huh?
Elizabeth is the younger sister.
Well, I guess that's the case. It's true that there was a time when I visited that room.
Like just 5 minutes ago, actually. Or something. Igor, Margaret, and now Elizabeth. And no Theo. F Theo. Theo doesn't exist. It seems there are more people who can call that place home than I thought. I think I'm glad I met Margaret last year instead of this girl. Why? Hey, Margaret's super cool, but Elizabeth, come on. She's the best. Leave a comment. Who do you like more, Elizabeth or Margaret? Yeah.
But why is a resident of the Velvet Room here? Did Margaret send you with a message or something?
I am currently utterly neglecting my duties.
I'm totally ditching on work.
Is that so?
That doesn't really tell me much, and I have no response anyway. So what possessed her to come blasting into the ceiling instead of using the door? For the record, I know that Arena 2 is coming out, and I know the character lineup. I hope they add, like... I mean, even though it would make no sense, I hope they add Minato as, like, a playable character, just because. Like, outside of story mode or something. That'd be so cool! I decided not to bother asking her that. I've met so many different people over the past year, but trying to have a conversation with this girl is like trying to ride a wild horse. She's just going to ignore the direction I'm trying to steer us towards and just veer off whenever she wants. Best to just hold on and go along for the ride then. Maybe if I pay attention, she'll tell me something worth my time. Even if I try to ask her any questions, she'll likely just be confused anyway. Just as I'm having that thought, the girl seems to have noticed my hesitation and starts to talk about herself. Her eyes are lit up with a sincere passion. She really is a hard one to read.
I have a certain desire. It may take a very long time for it to be realized.
Oh, what are you doing?
In order for my wish to be granted, I require a power much greater than what I have.
More powerful than you? What could it be?
The power of the wild card that changes bonds into strength. I have a feeling that the key lies there.
Interesting.
I know a little about the wild card, but
I feel that the first glue to granting my wish lies within that power.
First glue.
glue?
Flu? Influenza. Something along those lines at any rate.
Oh, Elizabeth. She's having trouble coming up with the right words, but I can hear the sincerity in her speech. Probably. In other words, I think she means that the power of the wild card is related to her desire and came here. I don't think it's worth to ask how she knew that I had that power, or where she found out about it. Well, she probably did sense that, like, oh, hey, look, there's two wild cards in the same room. I should probably go talk to them. Just as I'm struggling to follow the meandering path of her conversation, she brings up an outrageous suggestion.
Might I suggest that you and I fight?
What? What? Someone please tell me how she reached the conclusion that this was a good idea. I don't think I have a chance of taking her out or talking her out of it, though. But, of course, I have to try. So I say...
Oh, how excited this is making me. My expectations are ascending skyward at Mach speed. To be direct, I'd like for you to show me the potential slumbering within you.
Let me make sure of something, just in case. You understand what I'm saying, right? There's no illusions at work?
Such parlor tricks can get stuffed.
Yeah! They seriously have no effect on her. She's like, whatever. And you'll see why she's like, whatever about this in her story. These really are just parlor tricks.
I see. So you're actually in your right mind here. That's kind of, impressive.
That's one way to say it. Well, maybe she understood what I meant when I mentioned the illusions. If that's so, then she at least must have some kind of idea of what's going on around here. And even though she might understand it, she still wants to fight me. I wonder, though, if she's unrelated to General Teddy's plans and invited herself into the tournament, do the usual rules apply? As I think about this, Elizabeth-san taps her foot on the ground and takes a fighting posture. She really does want to fight. The huge leather-bound book in her hand opens up, as if by itself. A torrent of power pours from the open book, with a blue light. I can't believe this strange girl has such unimaginable power. She seems so aloof. No, it may be more correct to call it an air of imminent violence.
Alright. I won't be able to hold back.
You're not kidding. I actually lost this fight a few times my first time through this. To be honest, I was really only saying that in hopes of bluffing her. I have absolutely no room to hold back in this fight. I hurriedly cast off my fear and focus on the upcoming battle. There's no room for doubt. I need to hit her with my full strength from the start. Even if I were to fight her with the intent of killing her, I'll be lucky not to end up dead myself. At least, that's how I feel. Elizabeth-san calmly begins the battle.
Let us do this. Your fate is in the cards.
If this was a real fight, Elizabeth would just murder everybody. Oh boy. There's a chance I'm going to have to restart this one, since I'm not very good. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, she has the Battle for Everyone's Souls as her music, which is the end boss music for Persona 3. Yeah! And yes, she's using Thanatos. No, god damn, no! Thanatos! Damn it! No, god! Not gonna work. No, shit! Nope. Not today. Yes. And when you beat her up, she doesn't like fall on her back like everyone else. She just kind of lays on the ground like, okay. She's not knocked out or anything. She's just like, I'm done. Elizabeth is super powerful. Okay, one more part and then... yeah, I guess I'll kind of have to, don't I? Because I'm going to stop after this part. Just when I thought I'd managed to throw her off balance, Elizabeth-san gets back up elegantly, as if nothing had just happened. Suddenly, I feel an intensity build up in the air. Don't tell me she hadn't been taking this seriously at all up till now. In the next moment, I'm swallowed into a torrent of power like a leaf being blown in the wind, without the slightest understanding of what's happening. My vision blurs as I'm spun about, and before I can tell up from down, the floor jumps toward me and I'm slammed into the ground. Am I going to lose? As my consciousness fades, I see the faces of my friends and Aiga-san, all those who I'd fought against up until now. It's like the story that you see your life flash before your eyes just before you die. Am I dying? Can I really accept that? I'll fight as much as I have to in order to save my friends. I'll fight as much as I have to. I have to keep fighting. I've come so far. I can't lose heart now. I desperately force my legs to move and manage to stand up again. Elizabeth Shawn shuts her book with an air of finality.
I see. I am quite content with this outcome. It seems you possess true strength.
She's not even breaking a sweat. She's just like, eh. The unyielding torrent of power suddenly ceases without warning. Is it over? Even as I come to understand that, I continue to stand stock still, unable to
I
move.
believed you were at the limits of your stamina after the battle against Igus earlier. In actuality, your heart almost gave in during your struggle with me. But each time you faltered, the many hearts supporting you gave you strength, helping you to rise again.
She cuts herself off and nods to herself, as if to confirm some suspicion.
This was truly an intriguing battle. I believe our encounter has borne much flute.
Flute?
Flue chimneys.
Flute?
In any case, I am quite pleased.
Even after a battle, she acts like that. I feel like a fool for believing that she really would have killed me, even if it felt quite real at the time. I can't believe any of this. My legs give out under me, and I sink to the ground. Even though Elizabeth tells Bonato to fight her as if he plans to kill her because that's what she's gonna do. Yeah. Maybe she understands how I feel. Elizabeth's son looks straight into my eyes.
May I ask you something? To continue fighting in order to prevent an undesirable future. It is a path of endless hardship.
Yeah.
Would you still choose to walk it?
Margaret had said something similar just before this tournament had begun. How I had overcome the ordeal concerning last year's case and opened the door. Margaret's and Elizabeth's son's words come together in my mind.
Yeah. Working for a better tomorrow isn't just a one-time thing. The tomorrows keep coming.
Opening the door is necessary, but it's not what's truly important. What's more important is making sure that you follow the path that's beyond the door. Only once you have the path in mind does it matter whether you've opened the door or not. That's how I feel.
I would keep fighting for the future we want.
Elizabeth San smiles at my answer. It seems that the former dweller of the Velvet Room is pleased with my answer. She must have chosen a path of her own at some point, and is doing everything in her power to see it through. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, but I feel as if I'm able to understand her a little better now.
Well, it's time for me to bid you adieu. By your leave, I, Elizabeth, am out of here.
Bye, Elizabeth. With this, Elizabeth briskly walks out the room. She caused me some trouble, but I've also learned something about myself as well. I think I'll call it a draw. Yeah. As I wave goodbye to Elizabeth, I hear Igus-san getting to her feet behind me. Hey there, girl. You okay?
Are you alright? You shouldn't force yourself to move.
I was concerned at first, but Igus-san doesn't seem to be very hurt. Or damaged, or whatever you would say. Just say hurt. She was likely just knocked out. I had absolutely no chance of winning if I'd gone easy on her either. This is getting ridiculous.
You are very kind. We've only just met, and yet you're worried about a machine like myself.
Huh? Isn't that normal?
Igus-san laughs at my confusion.
Seeing you smile like that, I don't know. I just can't think of you as a machine. You have a heart, right? Then it doesn't matter whether you're man or machine.
Yeah. Igus-san stops laughing and thinks deeply for a moment. But after a few seconds, she looks back up at me with a serious look in her eyes.
You have defeated me in single combat. That will make it difficult for me to continue forward.
Yeah. Sorry.
But I believe I can trust you. Will you listen to my mission directive?
I have no reason to say no. I looked Igus-san squarely in the eye and nodded reassuringly. And so, Igus-san told me about her directive. And it was truly surprising. There was another case involving personas and shadows outside of Inaba, even before our adventure last year. And she is a weapon with a heart, created with the express purpose of wielding a persona to fight the shadows. She believes that the current situation came to be because someone had stolen a similar weapon and caused it to enter the TV world.
So, there's another girl robot with a heart like you? And she's the cause of all this?
We came to this world to retrieve her. My older sister, the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris, is in this world somewhere.
Yeah, she's the older one, but Aigis is far more advanced. And more on that later. Nanako, Miss President, her shadow, and now Labrys. I have a mountain of tasks to accomplish now. But even though I have a lot to do, I can't ignore any
Tell
of
me
it.
more about Labrys, and I'll do what I can to help you get her back.
Unfortunately,
Aigis-san's expression clouds. She said that she was a machine, but that she is really is no different from a human. As I'm listening to her, I think about what this means in my search for Labrys. It's not helpful.
So you don't know what she looks like, what she can do, or what equipment she's loaded with.
Basically, all she can tell me is that Labrys is a robot who's built to look like a girl. Put the pieces together, dummy. Wait a second. I did meet a girl I didn't know in the TV world. Miss President. There you go. Could Miss President be Labrys?
Is there a possibility that she looks, well, more human than you? You mentioned earlier that she was your older sister, so I assume she was built before you, but...
my sister was an older model, a prototype for the 5th generation to be exact. It's doubtful that she would look more human than myself.
True. Then there's no way Miss President could be Labrys. I could tell at first glance that Aigis-san was a machine. Miss President appears to be completely human. I never once considered that she might not be human until just now. But that just makes things even more complicated. What in the world is going on inside this TV?
Alright, in any case, I'll keep an eye out for her. But right now, I'm heading to the announcement room. If Labrys is the cause of this, then I'm bound to meet up with her eventually.
I shrugged slightly. I don't want to be so grave. I guess I must sense what I'm trying to do and smiles.
Thank you. I will trust my sister's fate to you.
Of course. I give Aigis-san a determined nod and run out the classroom. Aye, Aigis. But man, what a busy Golden Week. I have to make sure Nanako's okay. Find Miss President, unmask whoever's masquerading as Teddy, and now search for Labrys somewhere in here? If this wasn't happening, I'd be kicking it with my friends at the Junette's Food Court. Yukiko seemed to be trying to be coy, but I'm pretty sure that big bundle she was carrying was probably boxed lunches that she'd made. As to how they might taste, well, let's not get sidetracked. I'm sure we'd all have enjoyed them anyway. It turns out that they were actually pretty decent. Actually, she got a lot better at cooking while he was gone. And that's like all mentioned in her storyline, and she has a gag ending as well, so yeah. Eventually, I would have called Nanako over, and we would have bought some snacks together. There were things I wanted to buy from the Shiroko store, and maybe I could have made it to Sozo Gaku in time to buy the last of their special croquettes. I wanted to talk with the owner of Daidara and get some books from the Yomenado bookstore. I'd have had a steak bowl at Aya, hung out with the fox at the Tatsuhime Shrine, waited for my uncle so we could have dinner, and tomorrow I'd have gone fishing. Why would you go fishing? I mean, I know it's your spot, but still. You can do fishing anywhere. Well, then again, you're from the city, maybe not. Okay. If the one who ruined my vacation and caused all these problems is the same person who stole Labrys, and if they've truly brought Nanako back into the TV world, I will catch them no matter what.
They're not getting away from me.
As I run, I come across yet another blue door. Perhaps it's a sign I need to calm down? True, I may have lost my cool for a moment.
Someone here? Again?
I reach toward the door with a relaxed smile. Hello? Margaret is in her usual position. I glance around to see if there's anyone else in here. It looks like it looks like her nutcase of a sister isn't here. Don't talk about Elizabeth like that. Margaret notices me looking and sighs, a seductive sound that also conveys annoyance.
It seems my sister has caused you some trouble.
She almost killed me.
Though this may mean that I'm not the only one who is drawn to the light of your potential.
There's a hint of tenderness towards her sister in her words. Her sister must be important to her. I can tell from the look on her face. Did I look like that when I talked about Nanako? Margaret pulls herself together and speaks again.
You have gained a new resolve by overcoming many doubts and falsehoods.
Sorry, drink. A new resolve. I find myself nodding along.
You have reached the threshold of truth. But man's hearts are mutable.
Yeah.
That is why a resolve to continue fighting is more important than any one victory or defeat.
Yeah, I understand.
but this will be a difficult battle without end. Are you equal to the challenge?
The way she puts it makes it seem as if she was testing me. I don't respond immediately and think about the question. It would be lying to say that I'm not worried. I know that my heart can be swayed by change. There's no knowing what will happen from moment to moment. But even then...
If I have my friends, if I'm not alone, I can do it.
I see.
Margaret nods slightly in response.
I have heard your answer, but it's not enough.
What?
Remember what I told you before? The heart is shaken more by a single action than by 1,000 words.
Yeah? As she smiles, my vision begins to blur. I hear words being repeated. I have reached the threshold of truth. Everything that's happened during the course of this case runs through my mind. The new appearance of the TV world, this tournament pitting us against each other, the student council president, and a fake Teddy. My encounter with a weapon with a heart, Aga's son, searching for her sister, Lapras, and the determination that I've gained through these constant battles. What I must accomplish. How do I show what I've decided through my actions? And that's a wrap for now. I don't know if we'll shove all of the rest of this into one video or not, but whatever. The next one may be the finale of Yu's story. It might not. Well, Soji's story. God damn stupid. Why didn't they just stick with Soji? Damn it. Anyway, catch you next time.